Today, we're going to dive into a pretty simple but really profound way of thinking. It's a perspective that might just completely change how you look at your own life's journey. So, let's just start with a really basic question. Do you think life is a straight line? You know, a clear, predictable path from point A to point B? A lot of us kind of act like it is, right? We plan out every single step, thinking we've got it all mapped out. But this way of thinking we're exploring today, it gives us a totally different picture. It says that life isn't a straight line at all. It's more like a wavy snake. Just think about that for a second. It's not some rigid, paved highway. It's this organic, flowing thing with all these curves and turns you just can't see coming. And here's what's so cool about this idea. It directly connects the shape of our life to learning. Those twists and turns, they're not mistakes. Nope. They are the exact spots where we run into the experiences we need. It's on this wavy, unpredictable path, not the straight one, that we actually learn the lessons we're meant to. So, how do we usually handle this winding, snake-like journey? Well, a lot of the time, our first instinct is just to resist it. It makes sense, right? We want to feel in control, so we try to straighten out all those curves and make the path nice and predictable again. Now, this resistance, it doesn't just happen all at once. According to this philosophy, it kind of builds up in stages. First, a lesson shows up, and our gut reaction is just avoidance. We try to step around it. But then, the universe brings that same lesson back, maybe a second or even a third time. And that's when our avoidance gets tougher. It becomes active resistance. And if we still don't get the message, well, that's what leads to the final stage, a big, unavoidable push. Okay, so what in the world is this big push? Well, this idea paints a pretty vivid picture. It's like being strapped into the universe's very own roller coaster. And this quote just captures that feeling perfectly. Once you are on that roller coaster, you have zero options left. You can't get off, you can't steer, you can't even think about hitting the brakes. You just have to hang on and run through the roller coaster now. Any sense of control you thought you had, it's completely gone. The universe has taken over the controls. So, the really important thing here is that we're always being given a choice, even if we don't see it that way. You've got the easy way, where you just deal with the lesson when it first shows up. And then, you've got the hard way, where you fight it until you eventually get shoved onto that cosmic roller coaster. But here is the absolute bottom line. No matter which path you take, the easy one or the hard one, that lesson, it's non-negotiable. The core idea is that you have to have it. That's the rule of the universe. The experience is coming for you one way or another. Your only real choice is how you're going to go through it. But, what if it's not about fighting back? What if you're just stuck? Completely and totally confused? Well, that brings us to our last big idea here. When the universe decides. And this is a feeling we can all relate to, isn't it? What happens when you're genuinely lost? You've given it everything you've got, but you just keep failing. You honestly have no idea which way to go on that wavy path. In that exact situation, something called a universal decision is said to happen. This is the moment when the universe literally steps in to guide you, to put you on your intended path, specifically because you're too stuck or confused to pick a direction yourself. And it's not a punishment, it's more like a helping hand. So what does that actually mean? Well, when you're truly at a standstill, the universe apparently does three things for you. First, it takes the decision right out of your hands. Second, it makes sure you end up in the place where you're supposed to be. And third, it nudges you into doing the thing you were meant to do. It's basically a cosmic course correction for when you're just totally lost. So that's the gist of this whole way of thinking. But look, this isn't meant to be the one and only answer for everyone. It's more of a prompt. And that leads us to a final question. For you. It's really important to remember, this is just one person's way of looking at things. It's a lens you can try on. It's not a universal law. The real reason to even explore an idea like this is to turn it around and ask yourself, so what's my way? And so that's what we want to leave you with. How do you look at and take your life? Is it that straight line, the wavy snake, or is it something else entirely? It's really something to give a thought.